50-mile powertrain limited warranty. You want it, we Gossett. Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or 24/7 at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we Gossett at Gossett Motor Cars.
PHEV PZ062-303, MSRP 44,355, 84 months, 500 military and conquest or loyalty rebate. Outlander RZ 006545, MSRP 33,185. Sport RU 001,004, MSRP 27,850. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
It's time for Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. The first hour of Sports Time is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you in our Family Leisure Studios. Johnny Hill on the other side, producing for us as always. We're with you for the next 3 hours and a lot to get to. Brett, how are you this afternoon?
I'm doing great, Bryant. To the surprise of no one, Oakland's gone.
Yeah, I mean, that was it was not a shocker at all when the news came down this morning, and my phone was blowing up with tweets and my ESPN app, my Athletic app, all my apps putting out their notification about it. Not a surprise, but it is weird to think that no more Oakland A's. It'll be the Las Vegas A's, or I guess whatever, if they decide to rebrand. It's going to be weird, and it's going to be a lot of tension in there as they go back to Oakland this year and play for one more year, and then who knows what happens after that.
May need the stadium into a 25 or 26 season because it's far from a done deal in Vegas. There's a lot of fight over the money. Mm-hmm. The stadium has not been approved with a retractable roof yet, and it's a non-starter without one.
Right, and so a lot of people now, with the fact that we know it's going to be we know that that they're moving to Vegas. That has kind of been the discussion now of, okay, well, what's next? Where are they going to play? How's this going to work? And I've heard some people, I saw some reporting done earlier today that I forgot who it was or even who they worked for that was reporting this earlier today, that what they had heard from people within the organization is that they were going to play in Oakland this year when that deal ended in Oakland after the 24 season, that for the next 2 or 3 years until their stadium was built, because they're hoping late 2027 or 2028 that stadium will be done and ready to play in, is that they're going to use the AAA stadium in Las Vegas. They're going to use the ballpark in San Francisco, and that there are some other options of places. So it sounds like they're just going to be bouncing around for 2 or 3 years after this season.
On no budget, no commitment to winning. I'm calling it somewhere in that time before they play their first pitch at the new, and it's going to be a really small stadium, 28 to 30,000 capacity, mostly luxury seating and corporate seating, feeding off of all the ties in Vegas. Before they play their first pitch there, they break the 62 Mets record for futility. They'll go under 40 wins.
Yeah, you know what? I believe it. I wouldn't be surprised at all if that happens.
They've threatened it a couple of times.
They have.
At the place in Oakland.
Yeah, and we were, what was it, this past season that we were kind of on watch of, all right, they're getting close. They're it's a bad start. They're gonna break it. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they do, because, here's the thing. Obviously, they've been playing in front of no one already. So, that's not going to be a problem. But this season's going to be very hard, because I think those few people that have shown up aren't going to show up anymore. Maybe a couple of them, but I think a lot won't. And then when they are just bouncing around, that's going to do so much for these players. You don't have that home field. Where are they going to stay? Where are they? That body clock of just continuously
really
moving
bad.
around. And I didn't want to bring that up, but they are really bad. And so it's going to be very ugly. And maybe once they get to Vegas and are kind of set there and, may hopefully get new ownership, then maybe things will start turning around for them.
That's a clean sweep in Oakland, and really on that property where the Warriors played right next door to where the A's and the Raiders played. And that was the scene of champions in the 70s. The A's winning it 72, 73, 74. The Steelers with John Madden, the Raiders in there with John Madden in the 70s. Golden State winning it in a 4-0 sweep in 75 with Rick Barry and company over the Washington Bullets. And they're all gone. I think I could as well. I think the California Golden Seals hockey may have played at that in that arena.
I'm not familiar with the California Golden Seals. This is new for me.
Oh yeah, they were NHL.
As a hockey guy, I'm ashamed that I didn't know that.
Based in Oakland, played at Oakland Alameda County Coliseum.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I just hit the Google machine. No need for you to do it. I got the same Google machine you got.
Oh, it works the same. Gets you the
It's
answers
not as fast
you
as you are.
No, but yeah, I mean that was interesting.
Oh wow, that logo! It's very Oakland A's-esque.
Yes,
I'd forgotten that.
It's very interesting. I've never seen this logo before. This is that's something right there, huh? Very hard to distinguish what it is if you don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah, and in Memphis, we had a tie, a very direct tie with the Oakland A's when Charlie O'Finley, their very flamboyant owner, owned the ABA team here, bought them and changed the name from the Pros to the Tams, and had the same uniform, logo, colors, scheme as A's and Golden Seals.
Really? So that's where it all came from. Is interesting.
It did.
Huh.
They were kind of red, white, and blue, mostly bluish with the Pros, and then the Oakland A's look with the Tams, and then the Memphis Hustle uniforms were directly stolen from the Memphis Sounds.
Interesting. Well, yeah, obviously the Hustle, but I don't know. I mean, obviously big news. They'll be in Las Vegas, I guess, eventually, like you said, Brett. I mean, there's still a lot of question marks, even though this has kind of put some, some answers of, will they be in Las Vegas? Will they be in Oakland? Where will they be? We know now they're going to be in Las Vegas eventually, but like you said, stadium's
but next
still
year
in there.
they are going to be the Oakland A's next year.
Yes, correct. And then
will they be in 25?
That's a
when they
great
start
question.
bouncing around, barnstorming.
Who knows? Maybe they'll just be the Athletics and not have a city, because I mean, if they're just bouncing around,
I suggested that for the Raiders when they went to Vegas. Be like these soccer teams. When they're, what are some of the name of the soccer teams?
Like Wolves,
Salt Lake FC.
Yeah, Salt Lake FC, or like
I thought
Seattle
they should
FC. Yeah,
just be the Raiders.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it makes sense, especially if there's going to be a 2 or 3 year gap where you don't have a home in Las Vegas, and if there is the chance that you're playing home games in places like San Francisco, I mean, why not just
they don't care anything
be a
about
teammate? No, I mean, it's going to be bad until 2 years after they finally get settled into a stadium in Vegas.
And we saw it here in Memphis. If you think that San Francisco Bay Area crowd could be ugly toward us, they're just as ugly at East Bay. They think that's something on the bottom of their shoe.
They do. It's no. I mean, but
it's how they look at most everybody.
Yes.
But they're so avant-garde in so many ways.
But I mean, honestly, you're absolutely right. But that's also a lot of places when if a team comes in that's not their team. I mean, they're not going to care about them. They're not going to they might go to a game just to see a Major League Baseball game. But if you're already going to a city that has a Major League Baseball team, I mean, nobody's gonna care about that, and so it's already a mess. It's gonna be a mess.
And we a little bit had that in that 1 year,
right?
With the Tennessee Oilers. A shocker though, Harbaugh in Michigan waving the white flag.
How about that? I didn't see that coming. I thought it was weird.
Nobody did.
No, and I thought it was weird because I think
what happened to Bet? What happened to
that's
Tom Brady leading the Bet?
And
it looked like it should have been tweeted fold.
That's right. And then I think the original reports were that they were going to have the ruling on the 14th, which I guess now was 2 days ago, and that came and passed, and we had no update. And I was going, maybe they pushed it back, maybe whatever. And now, about 30 minutes ago, coming down that they've accepted the suspension, and so no more litigation or anything. We kind of have some sort of answer on that front.
What happened to big old mean Colonel Tom Mars and his legal skills? Just out there, standing everybody down in college sports the last few years. It